In a world filled with noise and chaos, there's a gentle whisper from an ancient text that beckons us to pause and listen. It comes from Psalm 46:10, a verse that invites us to be still and recognize the presence of something greater than ourselves. Be still and know that I am God. These words carry a profound message, urging us to quiet our minds and open our hearts to the mysteries of existence. It's like stepping into a serene sanctuary where our thoughts merge with the vastness of the cosmos, and our emotions intertwine with something timeless and eternal. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to get caught up in the flurry of activity and lose sight of what truly matters. But amidst the clamour, there's a sacred space waiting to be discovered, a place of inner calm and spiritual awakening. When we heed the call to be still, we create a space for reflection and contemplation. We allow ourselves to delve into the depths of our being, exploring the rich tapestry of our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. In this tranquil state, we may find solace in the midst of uncertainty, clarity amid confusion, and peace amidst turmoil. But being still isn't just about physical quietness. It's also about quieting the restless chatter of our minds. It's about releasing the grip of worry and anxiety and surrendering to the flow of the present moment. In this state of surrender, we become receptive to the whispers of divine wisdom that gently guide us on our journey. As we embrace stillness, we come to realize that we are not alone, that there is a guiding presence that infuses every moment of our existence. Whether we call it God, the universe, or by any other name, it is a force that transcends human understanding and connects us to something greater than ourselves. In our fast-paced world, it often feels like we're caught in a whirlwind of noise and activity. From the moment we wake up to the time we finally lay our heads down at night, there's always something demanding our attention. It's like being in the middle of a storm, with sounds crashing around us and tasks swirling like leaves in the wind. In the midst of this chaos, it's easy to forget the importance of stillness. Taking a moment to pause, to be quiet, and to simply exist can feel like a luxury we can't afford. But in reality, it's more like a necessity for our well-being. Think of stillness as a break for your soul. Just like our bodies need rest after a long day of work or exercise, our minds and spirits also crave moments of peace and tranquility. When we're constantly bombarded with noise and busyness, it can leave us feeling drained and overwhelmed. But when we take the time to be still, even if it's just for a few minutes each day, we give ourselves the opportunity to recharge. It's a chance to step away from the chaos and find a sense of calm amidst the storm. Stillness doesn't have to mean sitting in complete silence, although that can be helpful too. It can be found in many different ways: taking a leisurely walk in nature, meditating, or simply sitting quietly with a cup of tea. The key is to find what works best for you and make it a priority in your daily life. When we talk about stillness, it's not just about sitting quietly, it's about something deeper, connecting with the very core of who we are. Imagine a moment when your mind becomes calm and all the loud thoughts and worries disappear, leaving behind a serene quietness. But what does it mean to go into the silence, as Neville Goddard puts it? It's more than just an absence of noise. It's like stepping into a fertile ground where you can nurture new ideas and insights. The silence Neville Goddard speaks of isn't empty, it's full of potential. It's a space where you can plant the seeds of understanding and discovery. It's where creativity blossoms, and where you can connect with your true self. When we embrace this silence, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We allow ourselves to listen to the whispers of our intuition and to tap into our inner wisdom. It's a journey of self-discovery and growth. When everything is quiet and calm, something extraordinary occurs. Our way of understanding the world transforms. It's not the usual kind of understanding filled with complex ideas and theories. Instead, it's a deeper knowing that doesn't rely on words or thoughts. It's like sensing something profound within us, a feeling in our core that tells us we are more than just our bodies or our thoughts and emotions. It's like realizing that our awareness is vast and linked to all that surrounds us. In moments of stillness, we tap into a different kind of awareness, one that transcends the noise of everyday life. It's as if we're awakening to a deeper truth about ourselves and the universe. This understanding doesn't come from analyzing or overthinking. It comes from simply being present in the moment. Imagine sitting in a quiet room with nothing but the sound of your breath and the beating of your heart. In that silence, you might start to feel a sense of connection to everything around you. You might realize that you are part of a larger whole, intricately woven into the fabric of existence. This understanding isn't limited to intellectual knowledge. It's a visceral experience that touches the very essence of our being. It's like a light bulb moment where everything suddenly clicks into place, and we see the world with new eyes. In this state of deep knowing, we come to appreciate the interconnectedness of all things. We see how every action, every thought, every emotion ripples out and affects the world around us. We understand that we are not separate from the universe, but rather integral parts of it. The saying, "Be still and know that I am God," holds a profound invitation to explore something extraordinary within yourself. At its heart lies the understanding of I am God within you. It's not merely about acknowledging a higher power beyond, but about recognizing a spark of the divine within your own being. Reflecting deeply on your own nature, you come to realize that a part of the infinite exists within you. It's like discovering a tiny fragment of eternity residing within, eager to experience and understand itself in the present moment. This realization goes beyond a simple belief in a distant deity. It's a profound awakening to the divine essence that resides within each of us. It's about embracing the idea that we are not separate from the divine, but intimately connected to it. When we embrace this understanding, it transforms our perception of ourselves and the world around us. We begin to see the sacredness in every moment and recognize the inherent divinity within ourselves and others. Have you ever noticed that when you're really quiet, something quite fascinating occurs? It's like your ego, that part of you that's always thinking about me, starts to fade away. You know, that part made up of your experiences, beliefs, and perspectives. Sometimes it can be a barrier, preventing you from truly feeling your incredible, authentic self. But in moments of deep stillness, that ego loosens its grip, and you encounter a sensation of pure existence, connected to something grander than just yourself. Our ego is like a loud voice inside us, constantly reminding us of who we think we are and what we believe. It's the part that can make us feel separate from others and the world around us. But when we quiet our minds and settle into stillness, that loud voice begins to soften. Suddenly, we're not so focused on ourselves anymore. Instead, we're simply present, experiencing the moment without the filter of our ego. In this state of profound stillness, we discover a sense of being that goes beyond our individual identity. It's as if we're tapping into a deeper, more expansive aspect of ourselves, a part that is intimately connected to the vastness of existence. Without the constant chatter of our ego, we can feel a profound sense of unity with everything around us. Imagine sitting in a quiet room, feeling the gentle rhythm of your breath. As you let go of the need to assert your identity, something magical happens. You begin to sense a profound connection to the world around you, to the people, the animals, the plants, and even the stars in the sky. It's a feeling of oneness that transcends the boundaries of the self. In this space of pure being, there is no need for pretense or posturing. There is only the raw, unfiltered essence of who you are, an essence that is infinitely interconnected with all of creation. And in that moment, you realize that you are not just an isolated individual, but a vital thread in the rich tapestry of life. Have you ever had a moment where something clicked inside you and suddenly everything changed? It's not just about feeling peaceful or wanting to escape. It's like discovering your role in the vastness of the world. It's understanding that you're not just a bystander in life. You're an active participant in shaping it. You possess an incredible ability to bring things into existence, to form deep connections with others and the world around you in a profound and meaningful manner. When you come to this realization, it's a game changer. It's like stepping into a new dimension of understanding where you see yourself as an integral part of the grand scheme of things. You're not just drifting through life, you're actively involved in creating it. Imagine feeling this sense of belonging, this deep understanding of your place in the world. It's like finding your niche in the vast ecosystem of existence, a role that is uniquely yours and essential to the functioning of the whole. And it's not just about you. It's about the connections you forge with others and the world itself. It's about recognizing the beauty and complexity of life and realizing that you have the power to shape it in ways both big and small. Think about the moments when you felt truly connected to a friend, a loved one, or even a complete stranger. It's in those moments that you glimpse the depth of your ability to bond with others and create something special together. But it's not just about human connections. It's also about your relationship with the world around you. It's about feeling a profound sense of kinship with nature and recognizing the impact you have on the planet. When you start to explore what it truly means to be still, you uncover something incredible. It's not just about gaining knowledge, it's also about feeling a sense of inner strength. You realize that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs play a big role in shaping your life's direction. Understanding this brings with it a responsibility. You need to be mindful of the thoughts and beliefs you adopt, ensuring they align with your true self. And then you must live your life in a way that reflects these core values to the world. Discovering the power of stillness goes beyond just quieting the mind. It's about tapping into a reservoir of inner wisdom and potential. When you recognize the influence your thoughts and beliefs have on your life, you become empowered to choose them more consciously. Instead of letting negative thoughts or limiting beliefs dictate your reality, you actively select those that uplift and align with your authentic self. This process of choosing your thoughts and beliefs isn't always easy. It requires self-awareness, introspection, and sometimes challenging the patterns you've grown accustomed to. But the rewards are immense. By cultivating a mindset rooted in positivity, self-love, and authenticity, you can create a life that truly reflects who you are and what you value. Living authentically means not only aligning your thoughts and beliefs with your true self, but also embodying those values in your actions. It's about living in integrity, being true to your word, and treating others with kindness and compassion. When your inner world and outer actions are in harmony, you radiate a sense of authenticity and purpose that inspires those around you. When your mind becomes quiet, it's as if there's this vast open space just waiting for new thoughts and exciting concepts to pop into your head. It's almost like the universe itself is whispering to you, gently nudging you towards ideas and possibilities you've never even considered before. It's truly incredible. In moments of deep stillness, our minds become like fertile soil, ready to receive the seeds of inspiration. Without the constant noise and distraction, we create the perfect conditions for creativity to flourish. It's like we're tapping into a boundless wellspring of imagination that lies dormant within us, just waiting to be unleashed. Think about a time when you were completely absorbed in a moment of quiet reflection. Maybe you were taking a leisurely walk in nature, or perhaps you were sitting alone in a peaceful room. In that moment, did you feel a sense of clarity and insight wash over you? Did you find yourself brimming with new ideas and fresh perspectives? That's the magic of stillness at work. When we allow ourselves to be fully present in the moment, we open ourselves up to a world of possibility. It's as if the universe is conspiring to shower us with inspiration, guiding us towards creative breakthroughs and innovative solutions. And it's not just about coming up with new ideas, it's also about tapping into our inner wisdom and intuition. When we quiet the noise of our minds, we become more attuned to the subtle whispers of our inner voice, the voice that knows us better than anyone else and holds the key to our deepest desires and aspirations. So how can we make stillness a part of our everyday life? Well, it starts with something small, like taking a break. Making a choice to step back from all the hustle and bustle around you. It's about finding little times throughout your day to just be quiet, take a deep breath, and really be there in the moment. You could try meditation, take a stroll outside, or just sit down quietly and pay attention to your breathing. Imagine those moments of quiet as doors opening to a deeper understanding of your own greatness. The more you prioritize these moments, the more you'll witness positive changes, not only in how you feel, but also in how you interact with the world around you. Your relationships strengthen, your work gains significance, and your overall life becomes more fulfilling and abundant as you focus on the present moment. These moments of stillness are like portals to self-discovery and growth. They provide a space for reflection, introspection, and connection with your innermost self. As you delve into these quiet moments, you gain insights into your strengths, values, and aspirations, which in turn empower you to navigate life with clarity and purpose. With each quiet moment embraced, you cultivate a greater sense of presence and mindfulness. You become more attuned to the beauty and significance of each experience, finding joy and meaning in the simplest of moments. This heightened awareness enhances your relationships as you approach interactions with authenticity, empathy, and compassion. Moreover, prioritizing quiet moments allows you to realign with your goals and priorities. It enables you to discern what truly matters to you and to take meaningful steps toward manifesting your dreams. By grounding yourself in the present moment, you become more resilient in facing challenges and more appreciative of life's blessings. As you integrate these moments of stillness into your daily routine, you'll notice a profound shift in your overall well-being. Your mind becomes clearer, your heart more open, and your spirit more vibrant. Your life transforms into a tapestry of meaningful connections, purposeful endeavors, and boundless gratitude. The saying, "Be still and know that I am God," isn't just something from the Bible. It's like a roadmap to living a better, more aware, and more connected life. It's like being invited to dive deep into who you really are, to find that spark of something amazing inside you, and to live your life from a place of really understanding and being connected to everything around you. Let's really embrace this idea of stillness. Let's look for those quiet moments, and in that peaceful space, let's discover who we truly are, the awesome, limitless, and divine beings we were meant to be. In a world where there's always so much noise, stuff to do, and loads of pressure, how do we even begin to find stillness? Well, the wisdom in this old saying points us in a new direction. It's like it comes from really old teachings and shows us a way to totally change how we experience life. These words have been around forever, passed down through different spiritual beliefs, and they're like a door to a journey that can totally change who you are at your core. This whole thing isn't about hiding away from the world, but about figuring out where you fit into it. It's like finding this peaceful spot right in the middle of all the craziness, a place where you feel really calm and clear no matter what's going on around you. When someone tells you to be still, they're not just saying shh to make everything quiet. They're asking you to dig deeper into yourself, to really pay attention to what's going on inside your head. It's like learning to quiet down all those noisy thoughts and really noticing that feeling of being alive and aware all the time, just waiting for you to notice it. Have you ever stopped and really felt it? Have you ever thought about how amazing you are? This show is all about diving deep into what those words mean, looking at more than just what the Bible says, but also thinking about what it means to be quiet and still. We're talking about how being still and silent can totally change your life. When you're really still, it's not just about feeling calm, it's like a light bulb goes off in your head and suddenly you see things super clearly. You realize that deep down inside you, there's this incredible strength, wisdom, and love just waiting to be unleashed. When you start practicing being still and really connecting with the divine part of you, it's like you start changing from the inside out. You start to realize who you really are deep down inside. It might sound kind of crazy, but you're actually a part of something way bigger and cooler than you might think. There's this amazingness inside you that's beyond what you can even imagine. You don't have to just take my word for it. You can actually feel it for yourself. It's like that saying goes, "Be still and know that I am God." It's telling you right there that you're connected to something truly awesome. Throughout history, people have talked a lot about how important it is to have moments of quiet and calm. Thomas Merton, who was a monk and writer, spent a long time writing about this idea. He was really interested in how being silent and thinking deeply can help you understand God better. He once said something really interesting. The rush and pressure of modern life can be a kind of violence. When you're constantly busy with a million different things, trying to help everyone and doing too much at once, it's like you're being violent to yourself. Being so busy can stop you from making a real difference. It can even stop you from finding peace inside yourself. It can stop your work from being really meaningful because it gets rid of the wise thoughts that make work important. Blaise Pascal, who was a really smart guy from France, he did a bunch of different things like math, physics, and inventing stuff. Also talked about how being calm inside is super important. He said something pretty famous. All the problems people have come from not being able to just sit quietly by themselves in a room. C.S. Lewis, a writer and thinker from Britain, talked a lot about how you can get to know God by being quiet and thinking deeply. In one of his books called Mere Christianity, he wrote something really interesting. We might not always pay attention to God, but we can't escape the fact that he's always around. He's everywhere, even though we might not realize it. Some really wise people had some interesting things to say about silence. The poet Rumi said, "God speaks through silence. Everything else is like a bad translation." Laozi, an ancient Chinese philosopher, said, "Being quiet gives you a lot of power." And Mother Teresa, who did a lot of good in the world, said, "If we want to find God, we can't do it in all the noise and rush of life. God is close to those who are silent." Have you ever stopped to watch how nature unfolds around us? Take a moment to observe the trees, the flowers, and the grass. They grow in silence, each leaf unfurling and each blossom blooming without a sound. It's a quiet, graceful dance that reminds us of the beauty of simplicity. And what about the celestial bodies above us? The stars, the moon, and the sun? They too move in silence, tracing their paths across the sky with a silent elegance that fills us with wonder and awe. In a world filled with noise and chaos, nature offers us a gentle reminder of the power of silence. It's in those quiet moments that we can truly appreciate the majesty of the world around us. We can feel the earth beneath our feet, the breeze on our skin, and the warmth of the sun on our faces. But silence isn't just about the absence of sound. It's also about stillness and presence. It's about being fully immersed in the present moment, allowing ourselves to connect with the world in a deeper, more meaningful way. Silence plays a significant role in understanding the deepest emotions of others. Franz Kafka, a renowned writer, emphasized the importance of stillness. He suggested that one doesn't need to seek out grand places. Instead, by simply being in a quiet room and sitting calmly, the world reveals itself. Kafka's words highlight the profound impact of silence on our perception of the world and our connection with others. When we allow ourselves to be still and quiet, free from distractions, we create space to listen deeply, not only to the words spoken, but also to the underlying emotions and feelings. In the tranquility of silence, barriers dissolve and genuine connections can form. People feel heard and understood when they sense that someone is truly present with them, listening not only with their ears but also with their heart. Silence enables us to empathize, to truly grasp the essence of another's experience, and to respond with compassion and understanding. Moreover, silence holds the power to reveal truths that words alone cannot express. In the absence of noise and chatter, the subtleties of the world become clearer and hidden insights emerge. It is in these moments of quiet reflection that we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves, of others, and of the interconnectedness of all things. Then there's Eckhart Tolle, who wrote a book called The Power of Now. He says, when you're still, that's when you come up with new ideas and figure out how to solve problems. Henry David Thoreau, who spent a lot of time thinking and writing alone in nature, once said, "I never found a friend as good as being alone." The Dalai Lama, who is a really wise guy, said, "Sometimes not saying anything is the best way to answer." And Gandhi, who led India to independence through peaceful means, wrote, "When you're quiet, your soul can see things more clearly, and stuff that's usually tricky becomes really obvious." Have you ever come across quotes encouraging you to embrace silence and thought, "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea"? But when it comes down to actually doing it, it feels much more difficult. If you're anything like me, sitting in silence can be really tough. You're just there, surrounded by all these sounds, feeling restless, maybe fidgeting in your seat. Even the pauses in a conversation or a show might make you feel a bit uneasy. It's completely normal to find silence challenging. In a world filled with constant noise and stimulation, silence can feel unfamiliar and even uncomfortable. Our minds are so used to being occupied with thoughts, distractions, and background noise that when we try to be still, it can feel like we're swimming against the current. But despite its challenges, embracing silence can be incredibly rewarding. It offers us a chance to slow down, to tune into ourselves, and to reconnect with the present moment. It's in those quiet moments that we can hear our inner voice more clearly, gain clarity about our thoughts and emotions, and find a sense of peace within ourselves. Can you try something? Sit down and try not to move your body at all. Just be still for a minute. Maybe you can blink or breathe, but try to get to a point where you're really silent and still. It's pretty tough, right? I've learned that the very first thing you should do if you want to make things happen in your life is to practice being still. If I had to tell you the very first step to making your dreams come true, it's not about imagining stuff, doing exercises, or even meditating right away. It's about seeing if you can sit in a chair for half an hour without moving. Can you do that? I don't mean you shouldn't think. Your mind might start racing like crazy. I just mean, can you sit there and not move at first? So my question for you is, when was the last time you sat really still? Not just quiet, but completely still, without moving. The answer might be pretty low, especially in our world today where social media, smartphones, and loads of information everywhere make it hard to sit still. There's always so much to do, but in all this hustle and bustle, there's often a feeling of loneliness or sadness. Stillness doesn't get much attention in our fast-paced lives. It's about being quiet and calm, not moving, but it's way more than just not moving physically. In spiritual stuff, stillness goes beyond just sitting quietly. It's about calming your mind and soul. It's like taking a conscious break, intentionally quieting down all the noise in your head and the rush of everyday life. In the world of spirituality, being still is like opening a door to something divine, a place where you can really connect with the deeper parts of yourself. When you're really still, all the noise from the outside world fades away, and you start hearing the quiet whispers from inside you. It's not just about finding peace or trying to escape from life's busy stuff. It's about getting back in touch with who you really are, beyond all the thoughts and feelings that usually fill up your mind. Throughout history, lots of different cultures and religions have known how important stillness is. In Buddhism, for example, being still is a big part of meditation and mindfulness, seen as a way to become enlightened. In Hinduism, which has a rich tradition of meditation, stillness is seen as a way to become free from the cycle of life and death. And in Christianity, taking time to pray quietly and be silent are ways to get closer to God. Ancient philosophies like Stoicism and Taoism emphasize the value of being still as a pathway to mental resilience and profound understanding of the world. The Stoics, known for their emphasis on self-discipline and resilience, believed that practicing stillness could sharpen the mind and fortify one's mental toughness. By cultivating inner calmness amidst life's challenges, individuals could approach situations with clarity and equanimity, unaffected by external disturbances. Similarly, in Taoism, stillness is revered as a fundamental aspect of harmony and wisdom. By quieting the mind and body, practitioners seek to align themselves with the natural rhythms of the universe. In this state of stillness, they gain insight into the underlying principles that govern existence, finding peace and contentment in the interconnectedness of all things. Both Stoicism and Taoism teach that stillness is not merely the absence of activity, but a profound state of being that allows for deeper introspection and understanding. It is a means of attuning oneself to the inherent order of the cosmos, finding solace amidst life's uncertainties, and cultivating inner resilience in the face of adversity. These different views all show something important. Being still isn't just something you do. It's like this deep, meaningful thing that goes beyond any one culture or time period. It's like a way to find wisdom and feel calm inside that everyone can relate to. In more recent years, scientists have started looking into how being still can help us. They found out that stuff like meditation and mindfulness, where you focus on being quiet and calm, can make a big difference in how you feel. People who do these things tend to have less stress and anxiety. They can concentrate better and they just feel happier overall. And on top of that, being still can even make your body healthier. It can lower your blood pressure, help with stress-related problems, and make it easier to get a good night's sleep. The good stuff you get from being still doesn't just last for a moment. It can make a big difference in how healthy and happy you are in the long run. Being still helps you understand yourself and the world around you better. It's like taking a break from all the stuff happening around you and stepping into a place where you can have your own thoughts, be super creative, and feel like you're part of something bigger than just you. Being still has lots of different benefits that affect your mind, body, and soul. It's been seen as something important for ages in all sorts of different cultures, and now science is showing us that it's really good for us too. And then there's silence, is kind of like being still but with no noise. It might seem simple, but in lots of religious and spiritual stuff, silence is really important. It's not just about not hearing anything, it's about feeling something deeper and more meaningful inside you. What I'm trying to say is that even though we're talking about being still, silence is also really important. You can be sitting really still and everything around you might be super loud, but you're still in silence inside. It's not about the noises outside, but about what's going on inside you. So, taking advice from Dr. Joe Dispenza, I started practicing being still in complete silence. I'd put in earplugs or use AirPods to block out all the noise while I meditated, not even turning on any sounds. And you know what? It really helped calm me down. It made my heart rate go down, lowered my blood pressure, and made me feel less stressed. Realizing this isn't the end of the journey, it's just the beginning of a whole new way of living. I take this knowledge with me as I jump back into my everyday life, knowing that I can always find stillness and silence inside me, like a safe place where I can reconnect with who I really am, with that divine part of me, and I really want this for you too. To really understand it, you've got to spend time in complete silence and stillness. But don't worry, there are different ways to start doing this. Because let me tell you, just telling someone to be still for 10 minutes usually doesn't cut it. It's important to set aside some quiet time for yourself. Try going for a walk in nature without any headphones, just enjoying the sounds around you. Another idea is to eat your meals in silence, really focusing on the taste and experience without any talking. You could also look into silent retreats, where you spend time in a structured environment practicing silence. It's a great way to deepen your experience with being quiet. Taking a break from technology can also help. Try turning off all your devices for a while, maybe even for an hour, to create a space free from all that digital noise. If you find it hard to sit still and be quiet, try using mindful breathing. Just focus on your breath. It can help calm your mind and relax your body, making it easier to be still. When it comes to meditation, there are lots of different techniques you can try. Each one is rooted in the idea of silence, but they all offer different ways to find inner peace and understanding. There are different types of meditation you can try, each with its own way of helping you find inner peace and understanding. For example, there's Zazen, also known as Zen meditation. This one is all about sitting in a certain way that keeps you alert and relaxed. You focus on your breath and watch your thoughts come and go without getting too caught up in them. It helps you be really present and aware in the moment. Originating from ancient India, Vipassana meditation offers a profound way of perceiving the world as it truly is. This practice emphasizes observing one's bodily sensations and mental processes with keen awareness and equanimity. At the core of Vipassana meditation is the cultivation of mindfulness, a state of heightened awareness and acceptance of the present moment. Practitioners learn to observe their thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations without attachment or judgment, allowing them to gain deeper insights into the nature of reality. During Vipassana meditation, individuals learn to maintain a calm and focused attention on their experiences, whether pleasant or unpleasant. By observing these phenomena with a sense of detachment, they develop a clearer understanding of the impermanent and ever-changing nature of existence. Through regular practice, Vipassana meditators become attuned to the subtle nuances of their inner experiences, gaining profound insights into the workings of their minds and bodies. This heightened awareness fosters greater self-understanding and compassion, leading to personal growth and transformation. Furthermore, Vipassana meditation extends beyond the individual self, offering a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of all beings. As practitioners observe the impermanent nature of their experiences, they develop a sense of empathy and interconnectedness with the world around them. Another type is heart rhythm meditation, or HRM. HRM offers a unique approach to mindfulness by focusing on the synchronization of the heart and breath. In this practice, individuals direct their attention to the rhythmic pattern of their heartbeat, aligning it with their breathing to create a harmonious and steady cadence. At the heart of HRM is the recognition of the profound connection between our emotional well-being and the rhythms of our body. By attuning to the natural rhythm of the heart and breath, practitioners can gain deeper insights into their emotions and foster a stronger connection between the heart and mind. During HRM sessions, individuals are encouraged to breathe deeply and rhythmically, allowing the breath to guide the pace of their heartbeat. As they synchronize their breath with the beat of their heart, they enter a state of relaxation and inner harmony. This rhythmic synchronization serves as a bridge between the physical and emotional aspects of our being. By tuning into the rhythm of the heart, practitioners can cultivate greater self-awareness and emotional intelligence, enabling them to navigate their feelings with clarity and compassion. Moreover, HRM fosters a sense of coherence between the heart and mind, promoting overall well-being and resilience. As individuals establish a harmonious rhythm between their internal processes, they experience a profound sense of balance and inner peace. When you meditate, it's like you're creating this quiet space where you can watch your thoughts and feelings without getting too caught up in them. It helps you see that your thoughts and feelings come and go, which can give you a better understanding of yourself and make you feel more compassion toward others. And sometimes, when you're really deep in meditation, you might even feel like you're part of something bigger than just yourself, like you're connected to everything around you. Have you ever noticed that the idea of being still and quiet isn't just mentioned once in the Bible? It appears in several places, each offering its own wisdom and guidance on the power of silence and stillness. In Psalm 46:10, we read the familiar verse, "Be still and know that I am God." This verse invites us to quiet our minds and hearts, recognizing the presence of something greater than ourselves. Similarly, in Exodus 14:14, we're reminded that the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. This verse reassures us that we don't always need to take matters into our own hands. Sometimes all we need to do is trust in God's plan and be still. Psalm 37:7 echoes this sentiment, urging us to be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. It's a reminder that patience and trust go hand in hand with stillness as we wait for God's timing and guidance. And in Isaiah 30:15, we're told that in quietness and trust is your strength. This verse highlights the connection between stillness and inner strength, showing us that true power comes from surrendering to the quiet and placing our trust in God. Together, these verses paint a picture of the profound wisdom that can be found in stillness and silence. They remind us that in the midst of life's chaos and uncertainty, there is strength to be found in the quietude of our hearts and the trust we place in something greater than ourselves. Each of these passages teaches us something important about the power of being still and quiet, especially when it comes to understanding God. When you start exploring stillness and silence, you might have some really big moments of understanding and awakening that can change how you see yourself and the world around you. One thing a lot of people realize is that there's this inner peace inside them that doesn't depend on what's happening outside. It's like underneath all the stress and worry of everyday life, there's this really calm and solid part of you. Finding that can totally change how you live your life, making you feel more peaceful and balanced. Another common realization that people often have is that they feel deeply connected to all living things. When you spend time in silence and stillness, you start to feel like the line between you and everyone else gets fuzzy. This can make you feel really empathetic and caring towards others. There are lots of stories out there that show just how much of an impact silence and stillness can have on people's lives. There's this incredible thing I want you to feel, something so amazing that it's hard to even put into words. It's like this overwhelming feeling of wonder, like you're deeply connected to everything around you, and you suddenly realize who you really are. But it's so big and deep that words just don't do it justice. So what I'm saying is, try to embrace the silence, the moments when there are no words. Those moments when words fade away and we're left with nothing but the quiet presence of the present moment. Embracing these silent interludes can lead us to experiences that transcend language, inviting us to explore the depths of our emotions and perceptions. Sometimes it can feel unsettling to venture into the realm of silence, where words fail to capture the richness of our experiences. Yet within this uncertainty lies the potential for profound discovery. By allowing ourselves to embrace the silence, we open the door to moments of pure presence and unspoken connection. In these quiet spaces, we may encounter experiences that elude verbal description, moments of awe, wonder, and deep emotional resonance. It's in these ineffable moments that we discover the true essence of life, the beauty that lies beyond words. It's natural to feel a sense of ambiguity as we navigate these silent realms, but therein lies the magic. Finding joy in the inexplicable, reveling in the mysteries of existence, these are the hallmarks of a life lived fully and authentically. Indeed, some of the most profound moments we'll ever experience may never find expression in words, and that's perfectly okay. Embracing the silence allows us to tap into a realm of pure feeling and intuition, where the language of the heart speaks louder than any words ever could. When you're doing your spiritual practices, try to see them as more than just a way to understand things or make stuff happen. Think of them as a way to live your life fully, to have these incredible experiences that change you in ways you can't even imagine. And when you have those moments of beauty or deep understanding, just let them be. You don't always have to explain or share them. Sometimes they're just for you to feel and enjoy. These moments you have are like special meetings with something divine inside you, the deepest part of who you are. And you know, that quietness, that silence where words can't reach, that's not empty at all. It's actually full of really deep spiritual understanding. It's in that quiet place that you'll discover love, really big changes, understanding and feeling connected. So don't be afraid of those moments you can't explain. Enjoy them. Let them be a part of your journey into silence, where there's so much beauty. Now let's start a short meditation to begin your journey into stillness. Find a cozy, quiet spot where you won't be bothered. Sit comfortably, either in a chair with your feet flat on the ground or on a cushion with your legs crossed. Close your eyes gently and take a few deep breaths to tell your body it's time to relax. As you get into this moment, think about how special it is that you've set aside this time just for yourself. You don't have to be anywhere else or do anything else right now. You're here to experience the peacefulness of being still. Let's start by paying attention to your breath. Feel the air as you breathe in through your nose, filling up your chest, and then leaving your body. Notice how your chest moves up and down with each breath. Try to make your breathing slow, steady, and gentle. As you breathe out, imagine letting go of any stress or tension you might be feeling. Now, let's check in with your body. Start from the top of your head and slowly work your way down to your toes. See if you can find any areas where you're holding tension or where you're moving without even realizing it. As you focus on each part of your body, try to breathe into that area. And when you breathe out, imagine releasing any tightness or discomfort you might be feeling there. Let's start by letting yourself relax completely. Keep taking those deep breaths and pay attention to your thoughts. Picture them like clouds drifting across the sky, coming and going. You don't need to grab onto them or push them away. Just watch them float by. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your focus back to your breath. This is what we call being still, staying right here in the moment without judging or getting sidetracked. Now, in this peaceful and relaxed state, let's really embrace being still. Picture a calm, quiet lake deep inside you. Its surface is so smooth, not a ripple in sight. With each breath, feel yourself getting closer to this inner calmness. Sense the quiet energy of this place, how peaceful and refreshing it feels. Take a few minutes to just be in this silent, still moment. If your mind starts to wander again, just come back to thinking about the peaceful lake or feeling your breath. Let yourself really sink into this stillness, feeling the deep peace and calm it brings. And if you find yourself squirming or moving around, that's okay. Notice it, then gently relax back into stillness. Let's spend a few more minutes in this quiet, peaceful state. As we finish up, take a moment to thank yourself for taking this time. You've done something really great here, spending even just a couple of minutes in silence and stillness. Slowly start to move your fingers and toes, bringing your attention back to your body. When you're ready, open your eyes gently. Thank you for listening.